go. Aaron Davies, ultimate pool professional, ready to get us underway. Teejay Bateman is his opponent, amateur player that we saw in the Pairs Cup, and we saw perform very well in the Pairs Cup. Now he's out there individually, and really excited to see how he gets on. Aaron, ever consistent. We know what sort of level we expect from Aaron.
It's a little bit of a Spider-Man meme sort of a match, this, as both players, and you'll see it right here with Teejay Bateman, both players cue very, very uniquely, about as uniquely as you'll ever see, especially considering there's two of them, obviously. But yeah, very much cut from the same cloth in the way that they cue a ball. And when we saw Teejay play in the Pairs Cup last year, he played brilliantly alongside his partner Brandon Flint. They ran through to the last 16 and very nearly ran through to finals night as well. They were within a whisker. But I was really particularly impressed with Teejay. His temperament was fantastic. Thought he played a good ball, but just handled himself out there in the arena, I thought, really, really well. But yeah, in regards to the nitty-gritty and the sort of the cue actions, it is a very, very unique, at least for most people, to cue a ball. But at least for Aaron, he's probably looking over, and he had a little word with me as he entered the arena. He said, "I know exactly why this match has been put on the stream."
Yeah, they're like the mirror of each other, aren't they? It's quite incredible. You wouldn't teach it, but it works brilliantly for both of them.
I'm not sure Aaron was wanting to pot that ball.
No, I don't think he was. I think now, as much as taking pockets is no good anymore, it's more about trying to kind of trade pieces. I don't think he was trying to look for something just to slow Teejay up, Teejay's got by far the better layout here. Aaron's in trouble. Sometimes, though, when you make a ball when you're not trying to, it makes you chase and crazy things can happen, but these reds are awful. Yeah, this time he does get the control. He actually, assuming that you can't pop the yellow that he's moved from where he is now, he's done a really good job. Now, if that yellow is clippable from where it is now, then Teejay may play it straight away and then have a chance to go, but that's better than actually just having the red hanging over the pocket with the yellow just inside it. Oh, has that worked out well for Teejay? Can Aaron play a loss of turn here? I think the red's too far behind the yellow, so he can't just come to the table, flick the red, pop the yellow and leave the cue in trouble. He'd leave the yellow on right centre as well, so it's not really an option. I think that's a decent result for Teejay, a decent shot, you have to say. Aaron, big second favourite in this layout right now. Time to go and try and win the frame. Only thing is the 8-ball's gone awkward. In a nice place for a double. Comfortable place for a double, but will he try and move it before that? But probably not going to get a better option. You're not going to slow this frame down enough to work the 8-ball out, so probably worth going. I like leaving the yellow in the middle of the table as last ball. If you can get somewhere near straight in, you're guaranteed to get the perfect position onto the double. He's just having a look at it. Cue ball not far from where the yellow is, maybe a touch higher, is perfect. that's not perfect. It's a poor shot.
Yeah, he's a long way short. Just wonder if he can actually just play the angles here and still have quite a nice cue ball. He's just got to play a shot. And he's able to hold it.
Yeah, did really well there.
Yeah, that's a super shot. Well, doubles for Doe. Just rides the knuckles. He fancied him for that. Aaron Davies is going to get a bit of a let-off. And surely now, the first frame on the board. This was not far away for Teejay Bateman.
Yeah, and it was the loose shot two before that that's come back to bite him, because, okay, I still thought he was going to make that double, but that double was just that little bit harder. If he gets straight in on the yellow, cue ball goes an extra turn higher up the table. It's almost, I mean, no double's unmissable, but as good as you could possibly hope for a double to ever be, and he's not going to miss it. Whereas it was just low enough that it had to be made, and that's the difference between winning and losing this opening frame, you would feel, assuming no crazy errors from Aaron Davies, although we might just about be... Oh, he's got a little bit fortunate there. No, he's got very fortunate there. Trying to slide by that, not play into it. Well, considering how good this layout was, all the yellows off the table, this is not what he wanted to see. This is tough.
Excellent recovery pot. How's your cue ball? Always feel like he deserved a tricky 8-ball after making a bit of a meal of this. Aaron Davies, he's got one. Just off the rail. It shouldn't be missed. But right now it feels like it's possible. It's really heavy weather of this finish. And so much so played the double. He was worried about the in-off. Wow, it's a huge, huge moment early on here.
The error from Aaron is 10 times bigger than the Aaron from TJ, not least because it's going to cost him the frame, but that was wide open. There was just no traffic, there was no issues. To be in that position, Aaron will be mortified, and the easiest of tasks for TJ to roll the 8-ball in, and what was over an 8-minute frame. 30-minute match clock to start this match. We've used up over 8 minutes just on that frame alone, and it is sizable, the impact that frame could have on this match. And also the group as well. Teejay Bateman already won his opening game. This is Aaron Davies' first game. TJ won 5-1 over James Green to start proceedings off. The other professional in this group is Ben Doyle, new professional coming over from Ireland. Big fan of Ben Doyle. Great break, great player, great temperament and bottle. We've seen that when he plays for Ireland. He won 5-0 over Philip Hicks. So it does mean that Ben Doyle and Teejay Bateman are top of the table with two wins, a win apiece rather. James Green and Philip Hicks are at the bottom, having lost their opening frames, and this is Aaron Davies' first match. 2 from 5 go through to the latter stages, the knockout stages. Bottom 3 go through to a plate event. It's all about trying to get in that top 2. Nice even layout of the table. I suspect that you'd rather be yellows than reds for me, because I think the yellow's easier to open up on the left-hand side. The same problem exists for both, but he doesn't really have an opening yellow, not a good one anyway, so Reds is the choice. Maybe the double's on for the Reds. Of course, the opening frame was a tale of 2 missed doubles. That's certainly a possibility, I think, for that Red on the left-hand side, and therefore, if he's comfortable with that, then Reds are good. Similar double the other way round, the one he missed in the previous frame. This time he makes it, but he left himself a bad angle on it. He'd rather have been straighter on it, so he could just make the double, hold the white, red right centre. Now he's under pressure to make this one to the corner. Great shot to see the technique.
You can't really fault it when he punches in a ball as good as that, though. It is a strange one. I know from speaking to Teejay, I think he comes from a predominantly snooker background. You know, there's no hiding place, especially on a snooker table, for a bad cue action.
No, and it's not just the fact he cues to the side. He comes across it at impact as well. But we've seen, you know, some of the great snooker players have done that in their career. You know, it's a technique that is very unique, but it works for him.
That's a lovely shot. Just had to slide by that red and did it well. He is probably slightly off angle the wrong way in terms of getting up for the 8 ball, but he can still work with this. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe he needs to be slightly off angle more the other way. He was actually about as bad as he could have been, really, in terms of getting this cue ball out, but it's an 8 ball he should make. Well, there we go.
Deja vu. Missed 8 ball in the opening frame. Didn't cost him. Has to cost him here, otherwise Aaron will be off to an absolutely horrific start. Teejay bangs his towel and knows how good a chance that was. Once he dealt with a double and made the one to the corner, he knows he's got to get out there.
Well, the last time we were in this exact position, Aaron Davies made a bit of a holy show of it, which I'm sure has sharpened him even more so in this frame here, to just make sure.
Should be no issues from here. Fairly natural. Swing this one. One or two cushions, probably 2. Tries to go 1. And it's fine. Didn't want to use the second and track towards the 8 ball, just in case he got too much on it. Very interesting opening, 13.5 minutes of this match.
Yeah, and we've not really been in danger yet of the match clock really having anything like a say.
It half came into play in the Tom Cousins match if, you know, if Tom had lost that frame at the end, could have got mixy. It could have ended up maybe 4-4, and the clock was in play. You feel like the clock is definitely in play here, isn't it?
Oh, it's a big part of this match, I'd say, at this stage. See there behind Aaron, 16 minutes and 31 seconds remaining. Feels like a lot of time. That will go quick. And the clock doesn't run in between the frames as it does, for example, on a Monday night. As Aaron scratches the break, there is a little bit of work to do here. With that in mind, yellows will be the ball for Teejay Bateman, who has one just sitting beautifully over the bottom middle pocket as you look at it here to potentially manoeuvre into this 8-ball. Aaron Davies slinks back to his chair.
Yeah, it's not absolutely wide open though. I mean, it's one of those you feel like you should get, but there's work with the 8-ball, of course. But he's got 2 or 3 perfect balls to do that work.
Yeah, you don't even have to use the one in the centre, do you? There's
No.
other options available.
I mean, you can, if you really want to back your cue ball, you can even leave it late and play into the red and hold on the 8-ball. I wouldn't risk that personally, but you could, and there's a few different ways you could deal with it.
Yeah, this is actually a lovely split, I think. Goes off the one in the middle, and that is okay. That's come out nice. The 8-ball still goes. Yellows still go all independently. Just mind your work, really. The yellow at the top of the table is now his issue.
Yeah, it depends on if he's straight on the yellow now, bottom left. Get on the one bottom right. Yeah, you should be fine here. You should just requires a cue ball. Oh, he's been very fortunate. Yeah, holds up his hand. Did not want anything to do with that red. If that flicks off to the left-hand side, he leaves himself no pot. He's very fortunate to land on a ball, and not just land on a ball, he's landed on a ball really well.
Yeah, nice bit of run if you can get it. He's going to have an 8-ball to make. He knew that when he opened it up and hasn't moved it since, which shows that he's pretty comfortable with it.
Really strange way of playing that one for me. Don't know why you wouldn't just slide on the natural line underneath the yellow, take it top left. But he's landed nicely, queuing through the gap of the reds. My word. Couldn't hope to be too much better on that. Perfect angle just to get right behind the 8-ball. Kind of having a little bit of exactly what we weren't seeing when he played in the Pairs Cup, actually, that he was just very clinical. Yeah, he's almost closer he gets to winning a frame, he gets edgy. 3 straight frames, he's, this time it's the yellow, the final ball rather than the 8-ball, but essentially it's the, 2 8-balls in the final ball have cost him. I think he's got to tell himself, he should be 3-0 down here the way he's played in this match, but worst case scenario, he's 2-1 with the break. It's not the worst case, it's not the worst place to be. Not in a great position here.
It sort of sums up this match a little bit for Aaron, doesn't it?
You'd want to be, for me, you deal with the 2 at the bottom, then you deal with the ones at the top. And if he's straight here, he's no good. I think he can force an angle, but then you've got to make sure you don't land flat on the cushion. Whereas if you could have come down, dealt with the ones at the bottom, leave ones at the top, the balls at the top connect better to the 8-ball than the ones at the bottom, which I know sounds strange because the ones at the bottom are near the 8-ball, but you want to be above the 8-ball. And he does have enough angle.
I don't know if he's perfect there.
About a foot away from perfect.
And because he's on the rail, it almost, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it almost looks like he's going into the 8 ball here.
Yeah, if I don't think he can get above the 8 ball from here. The cue ball will go towards the 8 ball. He might even drop this in and play a snooker. Yeah, that's what he's going to have to do. I don't know whether he felt like he could just float by it, but he did come round and have a quick look at, kind of lined up the 8 ball and the yellow. Maybe he was trying to drop that in, take it top right, because you could play a cue ball to make sure you're not leaving the yellow on. So if you play the snooker here, and Teejay gets out of it, and knocks the yellow towards a pocket, your second favourite. So do you knock this near a pocket, and leave the cue ball middle of the bottom cushion, and then you're asking Teejay to make a big shot or lose the frame? It's an interesting decision he's got to make. In the end, he does go to just try and get that 8 ball in or over, was the thinking there. He was trying to pot it, but he's also thinking, if I don't pot it, I want it to be right over the pocket and force Teejay to make a big double.
The only thing I'd say, I often sort of view this in sport, is do the thing your opponent least wants you to do. I think Teejay Bateman would rather have a go at a double to win the frame here, rather than get out of a snooker.
Yeah, I
say that. He's tried to play Aaron at his own game.
Yeah, because the 8 ball didn't finish over the pocket, he felt he had control. I'm with you. I think the better choice for Aaron was to play the snooker, because it wasn't going to be absolute guaranteed to get out of it, and it wasn't an absolute guarantee to knock the yellow towards a pocket. So I think it was one of those that it probably was the value was to play the snooker.
Bit of fun and games here at the end of frame 3.
Aaron trying to keep the cue ball above the yellow to make the double a freebie. In the end, he's gifted it to Teejay.
I'm going to throw this out there, that nothing is gifted in this match. There's still a little bit of work to do for Teejay Bateman. Came round to check his line. And he'll take this. In it flies, and Teejay Bateman, by hook or by crook, is 2-1 in front here. And either player could be 3-0 in front, either player could and should maybe be 3-0 down. It has been that sort of match, but Teejay Bateman is edging the scrap as things stand.
A better way to say it is that Aaron's losing the scrap. I don't think Teejay's winning anything. It's, I mean, Aaron has made a name for himself for being consistent, for being a solid match player, for, just being, having to scrape him off the table. That may be the, 3 worst frames of pool we've ever seen from him. It really is quite incredible. If you'd said that Teejay was going to miss final ball, the 8 ball twice and the final ball once in those 3 frames, a professional pool player would expect to win 99% of those frames, and it would take a strange layout not to win it. And they were 3 really good layouts for Aaron Davies, and he's not dealt with 2 of them. It's a major surprise. Teejay looking confused, because I think this yellow gets rejected at the pocket. Watch this yellow into the lower centre pocket here. We're not quite going to see it. Gets rejected. Our director's having fun with us there.
Heard his giggle from outside the commentary box. Three matches still to come for you this afternoon. Got some good ones as well, really good ones coming up next too, especially. Greg Waddingham's going to be in action. He takes on Alex Bailey. And then probably our match of the afternoon, at least on paper. Looks like some going to top Sean versus Leo, I think, in particular. But Jordan Shepherd takes on Charlie Earnshaw. Match I'm really looking forward to. And we round out the afternoon with John McAllister taking on Steve Oxley. One of the top ultimate pool players in action early on. Maybe not all, but quite a few of them anyway, at least, this afternoon. Aaron really could do, in every sense here, with a nice clearance to get him just feeling into the tournament. So far, it's been iffy at best from the Cyborg. And I'd describe that shot as slightly worse than iffy at best.
I'm not quite sure what we're seeing here, in all honesty. I mean, Aaron was getting lost when there was no traffic on the table. Now there is traffic. He's put himself firmly in trouble. And yeah, I tell you who's going to be enjoying what he's seeing here more than anybody else. I think Ben Doyle, if he's watching on, would be looking at this going, do you know what? I'm okay with what you guys are doing right now. He's won his first match. He's the other professional in the group, which is why I reference it. He won his first match 5-0. On paper, at least, Teejay and Aaron are Aaron's the top seed in this group, and then Teejay would be kind of on paper maybe the third ranked, if you like. Certainly in that conversation. So for Ben, we'll be looking at this going, well, hang on a minute. I've got Aaron that's not on it, Teejay that's not on it. Chance to really steal this one away, get the group sewn up. Paul's a strange game. You play like this one match, next match turn up, play well, and this is all forgotten. So it's about finding a way to scrap through and winning these matches when you're not at it at all. Teejay's getting lost. I think both players are really struggling with this cue ball. He's nowhere near where he was trying to get to. In all honesty, I'm not entirely sure where he was trying to get to on the line he had. Nearly missed the pot. I think it's part of the reason he's so far away. Couple of really good recovery shots, but he's still not in prime position.
Take a look at that match clock, Simon.
It's just gone, isn't it? It's just disappeared.
We're about to enter the 15-second shot clock. And Teejay is going to go into a 3-1 lead if he can hold it together.
First time Teejay's played a frame in this match where he's actually just put together a finish. There's no messing around this time. There's no misses, there's no mistakes. Just mops them up. First time he's had that opportunity to counter clear. The other frames so far has been him taking on the first visit, and then being not counter cleared. He's in position here to win this match, and it would be his second win in the group, following a 5-1 victory over James Green earlier on today. He has one more match left today himself, and that'll be at 4:45 against Ben Doyle. Aaron has just the one more match left. He'll have only played 2 today. Teejay will play 3, and that's against Philip Hicks at 3:15. So that would be a massive match for Aaron if this scoreline stands. Might well stand with that kicked in off. Messy layout though. 4 minutes 25 seconds. No golden breaks in play, and 2 frames behind in your opponent at the table. Aaron is deep in it. You've got to play the match clock here. If you're TJ, this finish is not one to take on. You've got to play the match clock.
Yeah, 100%. Don't mind getting your colour set first. I think that's wise. But now, figure it out. You've got 4 minutes. You've got 15 seconds a shot. You've got a 2-frame advantage. You may decide that actually his best defence is offence here, because it's not like the Reds are crazy difficult. Don't do anything mad, of course. You know, make it simple and keep it tight. Don't offer anything easy. But if he can get close to finishing these, there'll be what, 2.5 left?
Yeah, but if you don't finish them and there's 2.5 left, that's 2.5. Then Aaron mops them up in 45 seconds, and you're under pressure breaking in the next frame. And this is tough to get out from here, especially now. I don't see him getting out from here.
Is he maybe thinking pot this red, then lay a snooker behind the 2 reds on the side rail? That might be a pretty profitable way to go.
It would be a good option.
Especially now. He's actually tried to break them open, so it actually probably helps him that it stayed together in that respect.
Okay, Aaron's just got to go. He's got to find a way. Yeah, in normal circumstances, you're probably laying a snooker here. But you've got to go with 2 minutes 30 left. Yeah, it looks risky, but right choice of shot, just poorly executed.
May come back to the table again, because TJ's... I don't think he can make these plan. I think he can see the right side of the red. So yeah, just sort of holds the shot. It's not the greatest shot ever, because he has the same problem if he gets to the table again. He can't go and win the frame. But he's just going to hope that Aaron doesn't quite have the time on his side to go against him. Lovely opening pot, and Aaron now has to fly.
Yeah, this has to be quick. Has to be. He's got to leave over a minute. Needs a dry break as well. He needs help, but he needs to leave over a minute.
He can be a very quick player, Aaron Davies. We know he's got a very good 6-red shootout in him. You can see here he's fully aware of the match situation. That's the advantage of all the years of experience that he's had out there on the main arena table, and it's about as comfortable as Aaron Davies has looked all match. Actually, was dishing those ones up. Yes, they were simple, but he's made a mess of simple so far this afternoon. 1.5 minutes left. Not over, but Aaron Davies is right up against it, and a reminder that if the scores finish level at 0, we will have a 6-red shootout to determine the winner. Ultimate pool operating rather like the American sports leagues. We don't do draws.
Yeah, no draws. 6-red shootout for a finish of, what would it be, 3-3. Aaron would snap your hand off for that right now.
And Teejay Bateman breaks dry. Can he? Aaron Davies has 1 minute and 10 seconds.
This isn't terrible either. He's just got to land 3 reds in the top half of the table. He's got to land on the middle one. I thought he'd try and land on it there, and he didn't. I'm surprised. Now he's on it. That's where he wanted to be.
He's going to come back to it. Wants to get rid of this red first. Still wants to be on the middle red of the 3 up top.
Yeah, same line. Get to the same line. He's perfect. Go. Go. It's okay, because he can drop this in. He would. Oh, he's going this way round. I would rather have been on the middle one of the 3, but this is still fine as long as it goes in. The reason I wanted to be on the middle one of the 3 fairly straight, because that one dropped into the right centre, and the one to the left drops in the left centre. Oh, he's left the wrong angle, has he? He has.
15 seconds. You'll have a shot for a 6-red shootout. Brilliant. How's the cue ball? It stays up and we go all the way. Brilliant pressure out from Aaron Davies, who takes us the distance in the British Open. And now we have a 6-red shootout to determine who is going to take the victory between Aaron Davies and Teejay Bateman. Wow, that was a fantastic out from Aaron Davies.
It was, but I tell you what, he would have felt exactly the same as me there, watching that cue ball come off the cushion. You're thinking that is guaranteed in off top left off the yellow.
Somewhere, our fan dad's watching that and has just thrown his remote at the TV.
Yeah, that would be, remembering that moment. Wow. Of course, Aaron would have, what did he have? 2.5. So going back to that frame 2 frames ago where, TJ took on the finish, didn't get it. Obviously, it used up a lot of the clock. To me, take your colour set, make a mess. Slow it down. Aaron is very good at the 6-red shootout. He's been in a lot of them. He's very methodical with his process during match play. Uses up a lot of the 30 seconds when we have it, which is part of the reason why he has a lot of matches that don't complete. He's been in a number. One tournament in the Pro Series, he was in 3 straight. Won 3 straight. He is capable of sub 20. He's had a few poor ones out there as well, but anyone that's been in a lot of these will have experienced that. They've stuck a little bit, but I don't think they're too bad.
Oh, that's so nice that slides by. He's on for a quick time here, Aaron Davies. That's set up nicely. Not quite Brian Halcrow levels, but it's not too far back. Just takes his time to make sure. It's one of those that I think if Aaron Davies was going second there, he could have gone a little bit quicker, but just wanted to make sure that he set a very competitive time, and that certainly is very competitive. He's under par for sure.
Yeah, and okay, I think probably that last shot, maybe 2 shots, he could have gone, maybe even doing it steadily, maybe a second quicker, but you're setting sub 23 before you go, you're taking it going first. I think that 23 number, 24 is absolutely there where you want to be. If you can get under that. At one stage I thought he was going to be sub 20. He'll definitely be the happier of the two. We also talk about how players end up in a 6-red shootout, and TJ will feel perhaps that he should have done more 2 frames out, should have done more to lock it up.
22.76, the confirmed time to beat for Teejay Bateman. Not opened up for him. This is a crucial shot. Does it open up now? It's not terrible. Oh, he needed that to go, and he was in with a shout. And now he knows he's in bother. It's sadly not going to be for Teejay Bateman. Aaron Davies gets out of dodge, and that is quite the miracle comeback. 2 frames down with less than 3 minutes to play, and Aaron Davies is going to get the win against Teejay Bateman, the cyborg, with a victory in the British Open.